Hello, this is Patrick at 1CNC West, and what I'd like to do in this video is talk to you about the 1CNC tool library for lathe. Now, there's really three different areas I'd like to cover. First of all, I want to show you how you can simply select a tool when performing a machining operation. The next thing I want to do is I want to show you how you can edit or you can create a brand new tool. And then the next thing I'd like to do is I'd like to show you how you can access the tool library anytime without being inside of a machining operation. So first of all, let's keep it simple. Let's say all we want to do is just know how to select a tool when performing a machining operation. Now we don't need to look at the chuck, so I'm going to turn the chuck off. Let's go to just a top view here. And let's say I just want to finish profile this area right here. So let's head over to our lathe tool paths. Let's select turn face finishing. I want to start on the chamfer, so I'm going to left click the arrow. That's the side and direction I want to be on. Left click there and then right hand mouse click. So here we go. Here's the first dialog box, and the first question should be, well, how do I get to the tool library? Well, there's two methods for doing this. You can take your cursor and just simply left click here. We're on tool changer, just like that. Or you can take your cursor over the tool graphic and left click, and that will also take you to the tool library. So either here or here will take you to the exact same place. All right, so the first tab you're going to see is the recent tab. These are the recent tools that you've previously used. Now let's go to library, and you can see that your library is divided up into different categories. These blue tools, these are your static everyday two-axis turning tools. So you have turn face, boring, groove, drill, part, thread external, thread internal. These gold tools, these are for live tooling. Now let's say that we want to select a turn tool. All right, so here's a list of all the different turn tools that come with the library here. And if you left click on any one of these tools, it's going to give you a nice graphical representation of the tool up here. So for example, here's a 80-degree right hand roughing tool. If we come down here, here's a 55-degree finish tool. And then if we come down here, here's a 35-degree right hand finishing tool, and that looks like the one I want to use. So all you do is you select that, the whole row will turn blue here, and then we can just click on OK, and you can see now that this is updated. This has a brand new graphic. It shows us the tool that we selected, and it gives us all the relevant information down here. So if that's the tool we want to use, all we have to do is just fill out the rest of the information. I'm just going to go with the default values that are already in here, and I'll click OK. And so there's the tool path. So if I were to preview this tool path, we're going to see the tool that we selected. So there's our 35-degree finish tool. All right, so that's the first portion of the video. How do you select a lathe tool? Now I want to show you how you can make edits to a lathe tool and also how you can create a lathe tool. So let's edit this operation. We're going to right hand mouse click and we're going to select edit operation. And again, here's our first dialog box. So how do we get to the tool library? Well, you just left hand click on the tool changer or the tool graphic. Let's go to library. And first of all, if you're going to make edits or if you're going to create a brand new tool, you need to first come up here and click edit tools, enable edit tools, and you can see you have some brand new categories here. Now I always suggest when creating a brand new tool or making edits that you clone an existing tool. That makes a good starting point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this tool right here. So I'm going to click clone, and as soon as I do that, here's the copy of the tool down here. All right, so I'm going to start making some changes here. I'm going to left click in this column where it says description, and let's get rid of that, and I'm just going to call this training tool. Okay, so there's the brand new name of the tool. Let's get the spelling right on that. So training tool, and then the next column is your control point. So the click here, and you can use nose center or nose tangent. Typically it's going to be nose tangent. Then you have a column here for tool number. This is only used if you always have the tool in the same turret position. So if this tool is always in turret position number 1, you can put 1 here, and every time you select this tool, 1CNC will use 1 as the turret position. I usually just leave that 0, but that's completely up to you. The library number, that just has to do with this tool library. In fact, you might say, okay, this type of tool or this particular tool is tool number 34. This is not the turret position. This is just this internal number used for the library. So later on you could search for tool number 34 and 1CNC would find it for you. Typically I just leave that set to 0. So then you have these two columns here, corner radius and shape. Both of these columns are going to give you the exact same little menu. So if I click here, you can see here's the menu that it gives you, and it says lathe tip settings, shape, corner radius, IC, diameter, and thickness. But look what happens if I click here. We'll get the exact same menu. Same thing. So lathe tip settings, shape, corner radius, IC, and thickness. So shape, these are the different shapes you can select from. You've got trigon, diamond, triangle, square, round, all the standard ones, or you could make a custom one if you wanted to. I'm just going to go with the stock diamond shape there. Corner radius, you can select from different types of corner radiuses if you want to, or you can go with custom if you want. And then here's your IC diameter. You can select from different ones. I'm just going to go with 3/8 on that. And then you have the thickness of the insert, which is right here. Okay, and same thing, you can go with custom, or you can select from a predefined thickness there. So I'm going to click OK on that. And again, remember, both of these menus or columns give you the exact same dialog box there. So next we have the holder column. Now this particular tool is using this DVJNR 163, but if I click here, you can see that you can select from different types of holders. You can go with no holder if you want to. You can edit the existing holder. You can clone a holder. You can make a brand new holder. And then by filling out these different parameters here, you can create custom holders. And notice how these numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 4, correlate or correspond with these numbers over here on the right. So very, very nice. The next thing you have is your lead angle, and for right now the lead angle is set to -3. The lead angle is right here. See this horizontal red line? And then you have this little 3-degree angle on the insert. That's what the lead angle is. Now if you change that, like if I come over here and let's put in something like -7. If I put in -7 and click over here, you can see how the lead angle changes there. Okay, but I'm going to put that back to -3. So this graphical representation at the top of the screen is very nice because it's going to update and show you the changes as you alter your tool parameters. Now let's take a look at the relief angle. The relief angle is typically set to 1, and that's really just an extra angle that's been added to the lead angle to ensure that all your clearances are going to be correct when applying toolpath. So here we have IC diameter. If I click this column, it's going to give us the same menu we saw earlier here under corner radius and shape. So if I click here, there's that same menu we looked at, and here's the IC diameter. We already talked about that. And then you've got your thickness column. Same thing, if I click here, it's going to bring us back to the same menu, and then there's the thickness parameter there. And so this column is color. This color is just for the tool library. So if I left click here, and let's say for example I give that yellow and click OK. That doesn't mean that the tool path is going to be yellow. It just means that within this tool library, this tool has been given the color yellow. And the reason for that is we can do a search for all yellow tools or all tools that were given the color green. So this is really just a method for sorting and selecting and categorizing tools, and you're doing it by color. I just don't want you to think that your tool path or the actual color of the tool is going to be yellow there. Okay? All right, so that's it. There's our brand new tool that we've selected and we've created. And if I click OK on that, there is the tool with all the pertinent information on there. All right, so that's how you can make edits or create a brand new tool. All right, so here's our brand new tool, and here you can see it says Tool, Training Tool. All right, so I'm just going to use the default parameters there, and we'll just use that for the tool path. Okay, so there's kind of a quick overview on how you can make an edit or create your own tools. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you how you can access the tool library without having to go into a machining operation. And this would be when you want to sit down and create some tools that you have, or maybe import tools from an earlier version of OneCNC. But what you want to do is come up here to NC, and you want to select this option here called Edit Tool List. So we're just going to left click on that, and then once we do that, it takes us into the tool library, and you notice that the library tab's already selected, and then you can go to work creating brand new tools or editing tools. All right, so again, to access the tool library without using a machining operation, just come up here to NC and then select Edit Tool List. All right, that's it for this video. I hope it helped out. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.